Hello and welcome back to Tales of Maj'Eyal. We are here with Mekahari, doing it up back at Krispy Kreme. So we are gonna want to head to our first dungeon eventually, but I'm good to vibe for a little while. There's our Raloran camp. We can just like, I guess we can't do one of the four like world dungeons just yet. We're doing this first. Mean looking elven guard. Okay. Slap him. We can do repulsion now. There's a thing to know about repulsion. What is the thing to know about repulsion? Well, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you the thing to know about repulsion. I got the overpowered achievement using repulsion. Wish I had taken a screenshot. When it doesn't crit, it's a 10+ turn daze rush reset and get the heck out of my face button. Smash your shield into the face of all adjacent foes, dealing 176% shield damage and knocking them back 3 grids. In addition, all creatures knocked back will also be dazed. If known, activating this talent will refresh your rush cooldown. Oh, amazing. Let's give it a go. So they are now dazed. I can't remember what dazed does, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty good. So hey, that's pretty good. Okay, so we have a pretty good setup already. So we can do like a shield pummel and then a repulsion. That didn't seem to work. Resist the knockback. Okay, we can do a block. Apparently I countered or they countered me. They have Counter-Strike. I'm going banana. So we could do like a knockback and then a rush down. That works pretty well, except for the fact that I now am within reach of 2 different creatures. That's never a good thing to do for yourself. So we will avoid doing that. We will put on these boots pretty much no matter what they are. Maximum encumbrance plus 20. I don't really care too much about encumbrance. I don't have too much of a problem. There's not a lot of stuff that I want to keep. It's not like Caves of Cud where you are constantly kind of fighting with your encumbrance and you want to keep everything. Not only keep everything, but keep everything with you at all times. Maybe that's just me, but that's just how I play. Oh, hey, I never told my cool idea for Caves of Cud. So I am going to do some more actual like Caves of Cud. Ooh, that looks spooky. Like let's play videos. I want to get back into that at some point. Not yet though. They're doing the Cud devs are doing this really cool update where they're adding like an actual adventure mode, which is cool, and I am probably going to roll with the adventure mode in my games. Maybe I might do my first actual story playthrough, which I've been planning on doing for a while with Narf. Who knows, that might be a thing that you can expect in the future. Also, magicians are a huge pain. Let's not fritz about. Our stamina is gone. We need to do a proper res. My idea, so the way they're doing the story mode or the adventure mode in Cud is really cool. There's actually a few different modes. There's like just like a wandering mode. There's one that I will likely be doing where it saves whenever you get to a town, which I think is cool. But you know, part of the reason I think that I like permadeath is... Oh, shoot. Let me focus for a second. I should have done this first, huh? That's fine. One of the reasons I like permadeath is because it adds to the immersion, believe it or not. Like, you know... It's hard to explain, but I mean, like, an adventure is nothing without risk. And what is more risky than, you know, basically dabbling not only with your life but also the time spent on that character. Like I have lost characters that I've spent hours on, and yeah, it sucks. It's it's brutal, but I wouldn't be so attached to those characters if not for the fact that I got them so far, knowing that I had to take risks, knowing that those risks were playing with my life. So I do like permadeath. However, I also think there's something to be said about some amount of mercy and forgiveness. Sometimes you find yourself in a position in these games, in a roguelike. I should not do that to mages. Where shit just sucks, like you find yourself in a Celia situation where you're locked inside a tomb, you can't get out. There's a monster that's like horribly overleveled for you. You can't do anything. You can't get out. You just didn't know. You didn't know any better. And, it's part of the appeal of roguelikes to kind of like use your prior knowledge to defeat it. But I kind of find that even that, like I've talked about meta progression and my disdain for it. I think that even that element of roguelikes is a form of meta progression. And I know that you're not going to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to call me nasty names as well if you don't agree with me. It's fine. Not that anyone does that. You guys are actually like all super cool. But I find that is also kind of immersion breaking for me. It's like, hey, like this adventure that I've brought, with me as far as I have. They've taken risks, they've learned things, they've gained things. They're strong and knowledgeable. They have an awareness of the world, but they also, like have an awareness that they didn't earn, like that, to do certain things at certain times, not what risks not to take. For instance, this adventure, this one I'm rolling right now, isn't going to open this vault, maybe? Or, maybe they are. Like, what the heck is this? Bloated horror. Eldritch horror. Cannot teleport to this place. It hurts me for a lot of damage. We're now fleeing for our lives. These things can teleport. Probably was not the play, huh? I'm going to go downstairs and leave this place. Regal linen cloak of iron throne. I don't think any of this stuff is for us. Oh, maybe this. What is our armor right now? It's not great. This thing is slightly better with worse fatigue. Okay, let's wear it. Oh, we need massive armor training. Maybe fatigue is due to the fact that we don't have massive armor training. So, like, listen, I know I'm the big dumb for enjoying roguelikes for the immersion. That's fine. This is a really bad situation. You are unable to move. Let's undo that. I might have to leave this floor prematurely. Okay, I think we're gonna be okay. So my idea for Caves of Cud, I like, as much as I like permadeath, I also like the option of a more forgiving game mode. However, I think that the more forgiving game mode, the idea of saving at towns, it also kind of breaks my immersion. I was thinking there should be an in-game or in-universe way of kind of coming back to life. And I think that Tales of Maj'Eyal actually has a really good one, which is just like, you know, this god is like watching you, and you know they like, you know, you have promise, so I'm gonna keep you alive for a little bit longer. You don't have infinite lives, and I won't tell you how many you have, but you know, you can keep going. And you know what? That not knowing how many lives you have, for me, really, it keeps that risk there. I feel like I don't want to take risks because I'm like, yo, I already died twice and came back. I have no idea if this next death will be my last. So that risk is maintained. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So what would I like for Caves of Qud? I'd like to do like a mod that adds... it's not necessarily a game mode so much as an item or mechanic. I think I'd like it specifically in Bethesda Susa, so that you would find this in Bethesda Susa. You know how you can find those cryo chambers? I think that there should be maybe 1 or 2 cryo chambers with like some kind of primordial ooze or like basically cloning gel in it. Or maybe you can, oh, that would actually be perfect. You insert, it says that, you know, like you can interact with the computer, and it says it looks like it's asking for cloning gel. And then the idea is that you would put your cloning gel in, and it would like take a sample of your DNA, and when you die, it would be a fail-safe. It'd be like you know, like the Rick and Morty thing, where it's like you die, you know, Project Phoenix. As soon as you die, that cryogenic tube would you know, register that you've died, and then bring you back to life, clone you perfectly. I think that would be really cool. And it would also give me an in-universe reason for coming back to life. And also, it doesn't remove the threat completely of like, hey, death is still like really bad, because there's probably only like 2 of these things, and it costs a cloning gel for you to like activate it. So, maybe even like after you've used it, you can refill it with cloning gel, but like cloning gel is not something something you can really come by that easily. Let me you know, maybe the tube gets spent, or like it gets burnt out when you use it, so you could you know, there's flexibility here for this mechanic, right? I have a couple of explanations or reasons as to why Bethesda Susa. I think that I consider a game where I've made it to Bethesda Susa to be a success. I think that is fair to say. Like, you know, if you've made it past the initial challenge of Caves of Qud, where you know you've completed the first few quests, you've done you've beaten oh god, it's been a while now since I played it. I can't remember the names of everything. Golgotha. If you've beaten Golgotha, I think I just kind of want to dump some points into there, and then 1 in strength right now, and then I'll get unflinching resolve, which I do want, and I'll put an extra point into this needs strength, right? Probably, actually, let's reduce 1 in our combat, our constitution, and put it into strength instead. We'll increase our weapons mastery, and I'm going to increase my riposte because I love my passives. I like to turn my brain off and just have the game play for me. Oh, have I completely messed this up? Apparently we only want 1 in riposte. Why can't I unlearn it? Okay, so I have messed up this build completely, actually. That's really unfortunate. Okay. I don't understand why I can't unlearn it. Unflinching resolve. Wait, can I unlearn unflinching resolve? Where is unflinching resolve? Sorry, I've been completely derailed by this. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Now we can unlearn it. Okay. Can I? No. Must be out of combat or in a quiet place like a town to unlearn this talent. Okay, maybe I want to do that. But anyway, we'll put another one into shield defense. And we'll just have to deal with that later. So because, I think that you get to Bethesda Susa, that is like in a sense a very successful run. I think that it's all the more like it's a second life should be something that you earn. You could argue, I mean, maybe that's when you need it the least, but I think that is when I am the most upset that I've lost a run is when I've like made it that far and it's a successful run, because you just find yourself in a bad situation, or you make a misplay, or there's more, the risks kind of ramp up, and it's just like really upsetting. Oh no, has been put to sleep. Nope, Shatter Affliction. Something is shooting us right now. Let's do repulsion. Oh, were those rats shooting me? Weird. There is more. I had more thoughts on this idea of earning a second life in Caves of Qud. Obviously, it keeps the risk there. It keeps the it's difficult to obtain. I think Bethesda Susa is the perfect place for it. Thematically, it makes sense. So I don't know. I really I might even pitch this idea to Narf and see what they say. Maybe we can put together a mod. What is this? Great sword must be held with two hands. I'll keep it to sell. It's crafted by a master. This is really good armor. Physical power. Not sure what that means. Doesn't really offer us any defense or at all. It's kind of bad. What is this? Has some resistances, gives us some strength. A cap made of leather. Okay, I guess we'll wear that. Totem of Stinging. Infused by nature. When wielded, worn, 10% chance to reduce strength, dexterity, and constitution by 7 on melee hit. Changes resistances. It can be used to sting an enemy, dealing 116 nature damage over 7 turns and reducing their healing. That seems really good, and we don't have a totem yet, so I'm totally good with that. I'm not sure. See stealth, see invisible, healing mod plus 10%. I think that is better than that. And then we have a leather armor, which is not as good. So, and we're good on the rest of that stuff. So I pulled myself out of a couple of bad situations in this dungeon. And this character actually, in a way, benefits from being surrounded. You don't want to put yourself in that position deliberately, but if you're already kind of in that situation, you may as well use what you've got, right? Like, say, in this circumstance. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I know roguelikes, we're all about our permadeath, and permadeath is, it's very good. I prefer, I don't know, I kind of like a game with replayability rather than just, I don't know. a maliciousness towards the player, like a desire to see them dead. And like, obviously the challenge of roguelikes is part of what is appealing to me about them. So make no mistake, I'm not saying let's make roguelikes easier. I am saying, however, make them maybe a bit more accessible. I think that there should be some immediate scalability with a roguelike. I would say also normalize, like make people comfortable turning the difficulty down. I mean, like, I wouldn't say, again, let's not make traditional roguelikes easier, but like, give them some extra lives. Like, give them the opportunity to make mistakes without starting from scratch. Oh, that was the last thing about the Caves of Cud idea is, just to wrap it up. The other thing I like about it is that obviously you wouldn't have your gear. Like, all of your weapons and stuff are obviously on your body, so that honestly makes it like really high threat. It almost makes it not worth it in a way, because it's like, hey, like, I'm only as good as my gear. Like, I have all my meta freaking, I don't know what you would call it, all of my high level gear and my rocket launcher and all of my grenades, they're all on my body. I'm now just a flesh sack with no weapons, by the way. So like, you really have to like set up a good situation for yourself wherever you find the tube in Bethesda Susa. You have to like clear that area out, as well as give yourself a way out. Maybe that's an even better idea. You leave yourself a chest. So like, maybe every once in a while you'd come back to Bethesda Susa and drop a chest next to the metamorphic gel. It would almost become like a little shrine to yourself. Oh man, the more I think about it, the more I love this idea. It's honestly amazing. But yeah, I am excited for adventure mode. That is probably when I'm going to restart my series. You guys let me know, what are you excited for? Do you prefer, death to be a common theme in my series? Is it more interesting? This is a bad situation. Let me get myself out of it, and then I'll continue. Oh, that's not gonna work. What about blink? Blink. Increase our speed. Put up our dukes. And then block. Shield. Let me know in the comments what do you like about watching. What do you appreciate about my content? And I know like that sounds like I'm fishing for compliments, but it helps me try and figure out what to build on. What do you want to see more of? Obviously, a lot of people here are for Caves of Cud tutorial videos, and I understand that. I fully I'm fully aware that is what a lot of people are finding my channel for, and that's great. I'm really happy if I can try and make that game a bit more accessible for people. And make, don't worry, more Caves of Cud tutorial videos. And not that, like, I was kind of resisting the idea of doing tips videos, because it almost feels like clickbait to me. It's like, oh, top 10 things to remember in Caves of Cud. But like, that is also accessible, adds to accessibility for Cud. And also it might be a bit easier for people to swallow. It's like, if you've already played a little bit of Cud, you know how to do combat, but you might not know how cooking and gathering works. So, like, and is that part of the tutorial series, or is that just something that I want to explain? So I don't know. I'm thinking about how I'm going to do my future content for Caves of Cud in general. I am looking forward to jumping back into that series. But I'm also, like I say, I am enjoying my break. It makes me appreciate it more. And especially when I'm playing a game that's sort of adjacent. Like, no offense to anyone who enjoys Adam, but after playing Adam, I am very appreciative. Is this our boss? This is our boss. Of the quality of life features of Cud. We'll go ahead and poison him, and that'll also make it so that he can't heal. Then we'll rush him down and then knock him off balance. We'll put our blocking up. We'll increase our speed. We'll put our shield up, and then we'll just knock him down. Dead. Echoes of the Spell Blaze. So now we have our quests to find the rest of the places. Needed 1 Naga tongue. Best results occur with tongues never tainted by profanity. I kind of wish that these quests would give me a clue as to where to find these things. I'm really not sure. So, magical runes may be inscribed in your body, granting you an on-demand spell talent. Yes, I know. I gotcha. Mirror image rune. Activate the rune to create up to 3 images of yourself that taunt nearby enemies each turn and immediately after being summoned. That seems really good. I kind of want to use that. How do I use it? Oh, it's a spell. Okay. Copper Amulet of Constitution. This seems like a really good thing. Your arcane abilities have been interfered with. Ale is a torn world, and the forces of nature can react strongly to the arcane energies that seek to manipulate them. Some items and areas are imbued with anti-magic, a natural energy that disrupts magical abilities and effects. There are even those who have learned to harness anti-magic into their own wild abilities, and who use them to hunt down and destroy those who practice magic. Oh. Have I done a bad then? Infused by nature. Infused by psionic forces. Singe Breaker. Requires willpower. What is this? This is a Mind Star. I don't really need this. Glorifast. That is a great sword. Cannot use it. War Axe. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use that. Flaming Iron Copper Amulet of Strength. Oh, this one, arcane, infused by arcane disrupting forces. I wonder if I take this off, if I'm now anti-magic. I really don't know how that works, to be honest. Whoa. The infusion to increase movement speed by 436 for 1 game turn. Bleh. Bleh. Okay. Not sure where the thing went that I just took off. Wand. Torque of Mind Blast. That was quite good, as I recall. But this thing is actually really good because it gives us on a good effect on melee hit. We could wear this. I think this is actually much better than what we're wearing. This is physical power and +1 strength. It's fine. I guess I'll have to look into physical armor. What is this? This is more or less. Oh, this gives us a little bit more stamina. This is a lot of stuff to parse through. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Great sword, long sword of massacre. not as good. Splash the target with acid, dealing 15 damage over 5 turns and reducing armor and accuracy. Better critical. Same critical ability, but better critical. Slightly less base power. So yeah, let's go ahead and wield that. There's also this one, which is again the same thing, but yeah, we won't be taking that because the crit is back to bad. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff to go through here. Iron Helm of Strength. Better armor. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna move this to our. Oh, is this already in our main armor or main inventory? Okay. So I think I'm good on the rest of the stuff. Copper Amulet of Strength. No, I'll go ahead and wield that. This. Let's try and not be magic for as long as I can. Oh, this one is also powered by arcane forces, so I don't know. Maybe I've already done a bad. So I'll see. Maybe we can do a run where I try and go full anti-magic. Oh, our rush is like on major cooldown. Yeah, let's just. Yeah, we leveled up. Let me level up real quick. Sorry. Let's put 1 into Constitution, put 1 into Unflinching Resolve, and a couple. Oh, that's Dexterity. A couple into Strength. We can't put any into Weapons Mastery, which is fine. We could put a point into Rush. Is that something we want? Let me see. Survival. No. Combat techniques. We could put 1 into Precise Strikes. You focus your strikes, reducing your attack speed by 10%, increasing your accuracy by 10, and critical chance by 5%. I can see why we only want 1 point in that, I think. I guess we want perfect strikes. So I think we should probably build into something we've already got, rather than start something new. This is fine. Do we want Combat Veteran? This is a passive. We do basically only want 1 point in this. And I think that's only if we're like in a bad situation. So shield defense, we probably just want to throw our point into repulsion. That seems to be the thing. And we're good on generic still. So this is kind of the move. He resisted this. How much stamina does this use? 25. So I'm not sure. I guess we should be resting after combat regardless of if we're hurt, because that also revives our stamina. So we can do cool things like rush someone down, repulse them, and then rush them down again. Like let's try it here. Like rush him down, repulse. That didn't work. They resisted. How dare you? How dare you resist my combo? What a tool. Can't believe him. So I think we are done here. This is probably going to do it for this episode, and I'm going to go ahead and leave. We don't need Singe Breaker. It is a Mind Star. Movement Infusion, nah. I think I already looked through all of this, so I'm gonna go ahead and just hit the button. I will have a quick look through the stores to see if, you know, there's something I want. We do have quite a bit of money. Is there anything I don't have yet? I don't have a belt and I don't have gloves. So those would be great. The ever long search for a good belt. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna find one. I don't think there's really anything here for us. Is there anything up here? Oh, here we go. Feet. Rough leather armor of Maj'Eyal. Well, I mean, this is... Oh, that's just armor. Okay, Wanderer's pair of iron boots. This seems good for us. Crafted by a master. So let's go ahead and buy those. Yes, buy them. And we'll go ahead. No, don't sell them. Wield them. I'll have a look over here too. Is there anything cool? Staffs. Nope. We don't need them. All right, so we bought a pair of boots. That is what we did. That's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.